All right, I'm here in Italy, in Milano, and I'm going to take this opportunity to record just a little brief video while I'm enjoying my coffee at a cafe. Basically what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about a book that I found, a recently published book called The End Times. This is what it looks like. The End Times by Peter Turchin, Elites, Counter-Elites, and the Path of Political Disintegration. And really what's interesting about it is that, well, of course it's a book about decline, so at least it's not a book about progress. And the reason that I picked it up, I was in a bookshop just before I went on my trip, and I saw this in the section of recently released books. And of course it's a theme that I recognize, a theme that is interesting, but it's also an author that I don't know from before. It's an author that I haven't read before. But it also fits into a trend of more and more sort of mainstream thinkers talking about decline rather than progress. And so far so good, but the interesting thing is that he does not bring up, seems like, at least I've just started reading, he does not bring up the classical authors about decline like Spengler and others that we recognize. So I'm going to be very curious to read this book. I'm going to read it now during my travels, and I'm going to report back about what I find. But at least the first impression, the interesting thing is that we live in an era, at least in the, for centuries, but it's been dogma in the post-World War II era that we live in an era of progress, that things are getting better and better and better. But now, increasingly, public intellectuals are recognizing that things are actually getting worse. The next generation cannot expect to be in a better society than the previous generation, and so on. And now they are scrambling to try to explain why that is, what is happening here. And he has some explanations to deal with economics and so on, but I'll definitely report back and do recordings chapter by chapter to try to explain what he gets right, what he gets wrong. But I'm at least happy to see that public intellectuals today are now openly addressing the issue of societal decline. It's now an issue that really can't be hidden anymore. It can't be ignored. So I'm very curious to see this. Anyway, just reporting in from Milan, and I'll talk to you again soon.